Holy shit. Not a Genshin Impact video? Oh my god. Anyway, all jokes aside, to answer your question before the video even begins, yes, there is indeed a difference between all of the Gatorons and their top and bottom housing variations. However, I must be clear, because I don't know if this is just common sense that people missed, or perhaps I just need to give a recap. This is not the only Switch type that does this. For example, Cherry. You don't see people building Cherry MX Black builds and using the RGB versions where it's clear top and white bottom. You see them using these. The top black, bottom black types of opaque Cherry MX Blacks that supposedly, I don't know, have a difference or something. I have them because I took them out of my old Tada 68 and I haven't done anything with them since. But anyway, today we're talking about the Gateron Yellows, specifically these four. We have the standard one that seems to be reviewed a lot, top clear, bottom black Gateron Yellow. We have a full milk Gateron Yellow. You don't need to focus for that. At least the ones from Novel Keys that you can buy for $2.40. Milky top, black bottom, which is supposed to be the best one. And of course, clear top and white bottom. So, what's the difference? The majority of the difference is in sound, because obviously there's going to be a different top material and bottom material when it comes to making these. What type of materials? I actually forgot. Please don't murder me. I just don't really delve too much into what the materials are when switches are made. But if anyone knows, you can put them in the comments or perhaps refer to Homogeneo's video, which is over here in the corner. So this is purely based on what I saw. Well, actually, this video was purely made because of the fact that I watched Galar's video, where he not only reviews them, but also compares the price points and compares the sound to other linears and such. And of course, one by Homogeneo, where he not only builds a board with them, $100, I think, GK61, and also reviews them in general. Both of them claimed that Gateron Yellows are butter on a budget, and I'm inclined to agree, because I personally have built two boards with Gateron Yellows, and two types of them actually. One of them an XD96, 96% keyboard from KP Republic. I built those with this specific Gateron Yellow, the clear top, black bottom, and the other one, my XD84, which was built with the Novel Keys Milky top, black bottom Gateron Yellows. So I watched these videos and I was like, some of them mentioned that there's a bunch of them, and perhaps they don't know that the milky top and black bottoms are usually the ones that sound the best, or at least the ones that have milky tops. But I decided to put that to the test myself, and that's what this video is for, rather. So, yes, Switch Tester Chan is back. Hello. My hot swap keyboard is still out of commission, and frankly, I need to find an alternative to the Polaris 75, because the more I use it, the more I realize it's really not that great for sound tests. So until I find a suitable replacement that won't cost me $500 fucking dollars, I will have to resort to the Switch Tester acrylic until then. But I think this will suffice, because I have done this with both the alpaca videos and the... well, actually just the alpaca video, really. But I think this will suffice. So don't forget to check the timestamps in the description to see which segment you want to participate in, or at least not really participate, but want to go into, because I'll be comparing these both in depth. In terms of what I usually do, put a switch in one spot, record the sound tests with and without a keycap, and continue to lube them, and then see if there's any discernible difference there as well. So, without further ado, allow me to set up a little bit, because my microphone's still over there, and I will do some sound tests real quick. Alright, the microphone is now here. My voice should be a little bit louder, and that's only because of the fact I want it to be closer to this acrylic. So, in order, we're going to be testing from what I think sounds the worst to the best. First, we're going to be starting with the RGB version, which is white bottom, clear top. And then we'll do these clear top, black bottom ones. And then we're going to be doing the hybrid, actually. I actually found this in my drawer. I don't know why this was created. This is a milky top, white bottom, Gateron yellow. And I want to see if that makes much of a. I want to see if that makes any discernible difference when comparing sound profiles. And then full milk ones. And then, of course, the milky top, black bottom, which I still believe is the king of sound and feel. However, that is completely up for debate. And this is for me to prove to myself that I'm not tone deaf. So, let's begin. So this test was rather inconclusive, but I think, from what I can remember and from playing back the audio, that the white bottom and the clear top clearly was the most high pitched. And I think that's only because of the fact that it is due to the clear housings on top. Yeah, so the clear housings on top usually contribute to a higher pitched noise. And I did notice that the reviews that I pointed out from Glarsis and Homogeneo is that they did say that the top out noise was rather high pitched. And I think the reason why is because they're not using the milk top. I don't know if it's just placebo effect, but I personally have disassembled all these switches and sort of messed around with the top housings. And the top housing for the Milky one seems a bit more, how do you say it, less firm than the plasticky. It's like it's less plasticky, if that's even a way to say it. It's like comparing polycarbonate versus ABS, if you want to call it that. It's not the correct material name, I know that, but it's kind of the same. But I hope you can get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. But of course, nobody uses these things stock, so let's lube these things and see how they sound like. And this should get interesting. Alright, what a mess. So here's everything that I used to lube. Let's see here. This is a prototype lube from Gazoo that's specifically made for stabilizers and springs only. If you lube the switches, they might drag. So I just use these on the springs. Put it over here. And this is Lube 3G, also from Gazoo. Right now, all of these have been lubed with the same lube, including the hybrid one. So let's see if these hold up to each other. Again, same order. The bottom white, top clear. The bottom black, top clear. The white bottom, top milky. The full milk, and then the black bottom, top milk. So let's continue. Alright, so that was a little bit more conclusive than I actually had expected. However, of course, it all is personal preference. Perhaps my tastes are not to your liking, so just keep that in mind. This is a subjective opinion, but for me, at least in terms of the sound when lubed, because you should be doing that to your linears, I think that the Gateron yellows with the black bottom milk top still reign supreme. However, I did come to appreciate the full milk Gatorons a little bit more. They are a little bit more scratchy. You can play it back and it's a little bit more scratchy. You can probably listen to the abrasion a little bit. But in terms of sound, it's pretty much on par. However, the two clear top Gatorons over here, I noticed that they were the highest pitched out of the five. And I do think it does have to do with the clear tops in allowance for RGB. However, honestly, they still sounded good in my opinion, but the claims of them sounding high pitched in both Glarsis and Homogeneo's video are validated here. They are indeed higher pitched, and if you're looking for a deeper thought compared to a THAC, I suggest looking for these. They're not all of these are actually rather easy to get a hold of. I know Novel Keys stocks the black bottom and milk tops. However, there is another website called Dang Keebs, which I will link in the description. They sell both full milk and black bottom top milk Gatorons. As for the RGB ones, the black bottom clear top and the white bottom clear top, I got these from KBD Fans. However, considering that KBD Fans now only uses DHL due to the outbreak, where mass people, I suggest that you perhaps stay away from these if you aren't looking to fully RGB up your setup anyway. Because honestly, I think they're the same price, and considering that you actually have a national vendor, which is like Novel Keys and Dang Keebs, it's probably cheaper to order the better sounding ones anyway, at least in my opinion. If you're in Europe and you gotta get yourself some higher pitched RGB-esque switches, then go search on KBD Fans or perhaps even other vendors that I don't even know about. Who knows? But that is my opinion, of course. Again, this is purely subjective. But I just wanted to make this video because I know that some people may be wondering what could be the difference, because when they search up Gateron yellows or Gateron reds or whatever Gateron switches, they will see a variety of them and perhaps not know which one is best to get. So, with this rather mediocre sound test and my subjective opinions, that is all I have to say on the matter. Don't forget, everything is in the description, and also don't forget that timestamps are there in case you want to go back and rewatch the very quick side-by-side comparisons that I did just not a few minutes ago. So, again, that's all I got. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.